Claxby Hill. We had a very long, made Norwegian-style sledging. We hurtled down, we hit one another.
Gunfighter. Where are you going, Master? For a drink?
Okay, you guys want anything else?
3 butterbeers and some ginger and lime, please. 6 shots of giggle water.
Tea Earl Grey hot.
This snake juice is basically rat poison. Spent my whole life right here in Lackawanna County.
Drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Shut up!
Cody!
I liked Cody's little bit. Let's keep that going.
William!
Oh. Alex! So we're renaming the show. It's no longer a
Dallas.
doctor and a lawyer. Yes, it's just
It's just Dallas.
Dallas. Just Dallas.
Well, I'm a cartoon dog.
Who shot JR? Wait, wrong Dallas. My
I do
bad.
think that's what I'm named after.
Let's be real. Dallas is the Winston of the Bluey universe. No, he's not the Bluey.
You'll understand that reference. Well, I think Dallas probably
when I'm
understands that
older.
reference. Yeah, you'll understand the reference when you're older. But hey, guys, welcome back. This round is on me. And if you have found yourself one booth down, a doctor, a lawyer, a pilot, and a professor have all walked
and an
into a bar.
anthropomorphic dog
Have all
in
walked
Australia.
into a bar.
Dog
Walk
person,
into a
dog
pub.
man dog person thing.
Hello, Raggy.
I am your
How did I get here?
I am your friendly neighborhood Dr. William, and I am joined by my law-abiding brother, Cody.
Well, hello.
Well, hello there.
Hello there.
Our pilot turned salesman, Alex.
It is I. I am here.
Tis him. And our community college.
Whoa. Don't have to out me like that. Come
with your
on.
with your tism. Oh, good grief. And our community college professor and all-around extraordinaire, Dallas.
Hello.
Hello. Well,
Hello.
how have you guys been? It's been a minute since we gathered around the proverbial virtual table here.
And sang our proverbial campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song.
I was going to be really impressed if you worked proverbial, like spelling out proverbial in front of
I could
campfire.
barely do I am a C, I am a CH, I am a CHRASTIA. And that's my own last name. The brain and the tongue are not connected. They don't. Why do you think I got myself into so much trouble?
that didn't even dawn on me. That's the truth. That's your actual last name. Oh, man. Well, we've got a great show for you today. It is officially Deadpool and Wolverine month, and we are celebrating all month long. And I've got a really fun game coming up after the break. But before we do that, like we always do, we're going to lead out with the dailies.
What are we going to call this?
I write for the Daily Prophet.
That's crap.
I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs.
Crap.
Daily Bugle.
That's pretty good. But it's taken.
Pew, 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 pew. My leg.
I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean the other day again because it had been so long. And then I went back and listened to the Mad Ramblings segment intro that we use sometimes. And I totally forgot that this is either madness or brilliant as they're in the canoe upside down. I was like, oh, that's where I sourced that from. I totally forgot. And it just hit me out of the blue. Yeah.
Well, speaking of pirates and madness, I'm going to lead right out of the gate. Who has got 2 thumbs and is not very good at push the buttons on his Xbox controller?
Oh, I know. You went Sea of Thieves. I get it.
I have been playing my Xbox that has been sitting dormant in our entertainment system since December.
That Xbox has sat so long, it actually turned into a 360.
Right? Once I got the compressed air and got all the dust out of the fan, I have booted it up and I have officially started playing my Xbox. And guys, I am fully prepared. Lob them at me. All of the I told you so's. I'm obsessed.
I told you so. I told you so.
I told you
I
so.
told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
So told you.
I think I put the emphasis on every word of that sentence. It's so much fun, right?
The first maiden voyage of the Xbox was actually not Sea of Thieves. It was Minecraft.
Wow, what a juke there with that reference.
With our resident super gamer, Dallas McKinney. And the speed at which we started our cozy little domestic life is still baffling to me at this point. At one point, Dallas, this exchange happened. I am standing at the stove cooking pork chops.
Aww.
Dallas walks in and says, "I'm home." And I look over at him and say, "How was your day?" He goes, same old, same old. And I'm like, well, I have had a day today.
In the game?
You
all
we
were saying
this. And he said,
I was working in the mines.
And he said,
all day.
"What's for dinner?" And I said, "Pork chops." And he said, "Again?" I said, "Well, all you bring home is pig. What do you expect me to do?"
We created a community college.
Sheep.
But
I work at a community college in Minecraft.
We started out the game in survival mode, and the first time that we played, it was just this steady loop of me going, Dallas, what do I do? And then
Dallas is over there like throwing obsidian diamond arrows at people, and he's like, "Follow me, kid, if you want to live." I don't know if anyone actually plays Minecraft here. Were those real terms? I think those are terms.
Those are terms,
but not used appropriately.
They're not all in this right order. Okay. They were close.
You meant what I knew.
Yeah, exactly. I'm catching.
He did give me a taste.
All right, so have you started playing Harry Potter yet, or Hogwarts?
Not yet.
Okay,
not yet.
We'll get you there.
I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm on the last color of the project that I'm working on. I'm knitting a sweater for my wife, and I've said I'm not playing Hogwarts Legacy. It's not going to get to that level. I'm not playing Hogwarts Legacy until that is done because I know it will consume me. But Dallas did give me a taste of Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
And I am going to probably request that he and I cease playing that until all four of us can play it together.
All right.
Because
you insist.
It's I can already tell Dallas was playing the banjo walking on the deck of the ship at one point while I was trying to steer around these rocks. And I said, "Dallas, I love that you're just vibing out on the deck while we're about to die." And he said,
"You need to play Outer Wilds now. The idea of playing musical instruments while the whole world is ending is just chef's kiss, apropos.
Baby steps. Let me get my sea legs. And then we'll get
so many references.
Very good.
But
very good.
That one's mine. Well, who wants to go next? Cody.
Craft. It was your.
That was my daily.
Mine. Craft.
Minecraftian pirates.
Cody, what do you got?
I'll see myself out.
All right. So kind of a follow up from the last, from my last daily with my complete and utter obsession with Pokemon Heart Gold.
Okay.
I have one last thing left to beat, and hopefully the addiction will be broken by that point because
thank goodness. We'll get you into the modern era too. You also have an Xbox, Cody.
I do have an Xbox. I do have an Xbox, but I am a hopeless nostalgic. I said before that the Pokemon anime, the show with Ash, Misty, Brock, and all of them, does not hold up for me.
Okay.
That is mostly true. Recently, I checked out, and I watched the first episode years ago, but I rechecked out a 4-episode miniseries called Pokemon Origins, which is an anime adaptation of the original game. So it stars Red, it is a step-by-step playthrough of the original game.
Okay.
It's a 4-episode miniseries. They use the same lines and the same lingo from the game. Nurse Joy is a total sociopath who hopes you end up in the hospital over and over and over again. But The reason I just finished it. It was 4 episodes, and I gotta say, it was really good. It was really good. It captured the spirit of the game very well. It captured, everything. The game started out with the show started out with like the loading menu screen of that original game, and so it's like we are telling the story of this game.
That's fun.
But the reason I brought it up is that I kind of wanted to throw it. I'm going to get a little sentimental here for a second.
Shocking. No.
So back in college, I had a friend, Joey Lorenz, who passed away in a car accident.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
March of 2014. So it's been, Lord, over 10 years now since that happened. Well, one of the last things we ever...
That's crazy.
Yeah, I graduated college 10 years ago, William.
Just carry on. Move on. Let's not marinate in that one for a while.
But one of the last things we did together... Now, Joey, this is sort of a tribute to him. He was the kind of person that even if you weren't best friends with him, he was the type of person that's like, at that moment, you're his best friend now. He had this way of just bringing you in, like making you a part of everything. He was the life of the party, but he made sure that you were a part of the party. He was a very special person in that regard.
Yeah.
And one of the last things we did together was we went into the BCM, the Morehead State University BCM Worship Center, pulled up the projector, and watched the first episode of that show in the BCM Worship Center on the projector together. And
the miniseries?
The miniseries, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I checked it out, remembered that it happened, and got choked up through it. So that just had a lot of just emotion there. But if you haven't checked it out and you have any nostalgia for that original Pokemon game, it's really good.
Sure.
It's a little too like fast for my taste at certain points. I would have loved for it to have like 12 more episodes, because like at the beginning and end of each episode, it was like, and then I did this, and then I did this, and I'm like, I would have liked to have seen that. I would have liked to have seen all of these parts, but what they do they hit it really well.
Is there an episode where you just run back and forth in the grass?
I mean, pretty much
fighting animals.
That's what happens, but it ends with Red catching Mewtwo, which is the final challenge in the original game, and it was really good.
That's cool.
I really enjoyed it, and it definitely is a different take. So I would say, yes, the Pokemon anime does not hold up for me, but this show has a special place in my heart for a lot of reasons.
You got to catch them all.
I got to catch all these dailies too. Dallas, what do you got?
Indeed.
So we have been sitting out on the high seas and the low depths of the mines of the craft, because the kids crave the mines. That's why it's so popular.
Yes.
But currently the Steam summer sale is going on. So games are stupidly discounted on Steam right now. So once a year I look and buy things I'll probably never play or have no business purchasing them because they're like 95% off. And so I'll spend $2 on that or whatever. And so there's a game that I've played a long time ago and it was free. And it has been in development forever by just 2 dudes. And I really liked it. And it's now for sale on Steam. So I picked it back up. And it's called Dwarf Fortress.
Dwarf Fortress.
Sounds about right.
So this is a nerdy deep dive. So this game, you can still get it for free. These 2 guys their brothers started making this game a long time ago. Like 2002, I think is when they started on it. And it's, if you get the free version, it's still like in ASCII. Like the graphics are all ASCII graphics.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But it's got like this super deep system. And so it's a like civilization group management game where you're telling your people what to do, and they need to get food and build a house and start automating their things, and there's monsters, and there's like lore that just randomly generates that is like books long, and it's a super deep game on the back end. And so they re-released it for sale with like real graphics. And so I just wanted to go back and see what's going on in the mines of Dwarf Fortress, and I got sucked back.
Is
in
it
for sure.
same game, like beat for beat? They just got they have new graphics.
Yeah, that's it. They were like, people were like, we will pay you for your game. Just please make it
I
pretty,
wish they would do that.
and we'll
I wish
pay
they would
you.
do that with Beast Wars.
Yes.
Like, keep the same voice acting, keep the same audio, just update the graphics. Oh, it would go so hard. So Dwarf Fortress.
I mean, I'm not judging you, because again, we're all allowed to have our own little. But I'm looking at this game, and I just, how do you find yourself at, like, I guess you had probably gone through everything in your Steam library, and you're like, you know what? I haven't touched this game before, and then you just start playing. Is that what happened? Or
Oh yeah, I wanted to see what it looked like with prettier graphics.
Okay.
It's the same game, and it is a rough, like, it's kind of got a curve to it to get into it and figure out what's going on. But it's one of those, like, it's more proof of concept.
It's not a looker, that's for sure.
No, it is not. But the systems are what's deep. Like, you're like, I'm gonna set these things up, and then the game kind of does things and tells its story as you are just
It's a vibe.
inserting things.
Sure.
Yeah, and it was made by two dudes for free. So it's more of a, like, what could they do? And they built this super deep game that, like, is deeper system wise than a lot more expensive games. But it's just, like, interesting to see what they did. Kind of like the Community game, like the game from Community.
Yeah.
Somebody made that game. It's not my favorite game, but it is definitely a game. And I wanted to see,
exists.
like,
That's
yeah, it
right.
exists. I have played, was it Return to Hawkthorne or whatever it's
Yeah.
called? It's there, and somebody spent a lot of love and time coding.
I don't know that it's
game.
ever a compliment when you acknowledge that what something is or the value of something by just restating its noun. Like, I finished this book and it's a book. Or I finished this game and it's a game.
It is.
I don't know any way you can interpret
one of the games of all time.
Yeah, I have played trashier $60 games.
That's
than
fair.
The systems of this game.
That's fair. Hey, but I'm glad you find joy in it, and that's why we do this.
There are plenty of high graphics games they spend $500 million on that are absolute turds. And then there are some games with crap graphics that are just fun to play.
All right, Alex, what do you got?
Wow. Way to throw it to me to end it on a bougie note, of course.
Of course.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I have been watching season 3 of The Bear on Hulu.
Okay.
And listen, if The Bear is if you took Chef's Table, the series, and
Loved
then
it.
added a sprinkle of Hell's Kitchen, and then added 17 heaping teaspoons of anxiety, depression, and dysfunctional family on top, and roll that into one show, and it is just one of the best looking, one of the most fun shows that I've ever seen. The third season opens with a 37-minute episode that I think probably had 30 words total, if that.
Wow.
And we got about 3 minutes in, and I looked over at Allie and I said, if this whole episode has no dialogue, I will be over the moon, ecstatic. I don't know if any of you all have been watching it.
No, I haven't.
But I forgot
because
about
of me being who I am.
Sure.
Is it Jeremy Allen White?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's the one that everybody was like, Gene Wilder biopic, anybody?
Right.
And
now we have our new Eben. I can't think of his last name. Yes, he is now our new the Thing in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a taste of how good he is as an actor, also we've got the freaking Punisher in the show too. The cast is star-studded.
Which one?
Bernthal.
Okay. Yeah.
Bernthal. I can never say his last name properly. Anyways,
Not David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, no, it's it's the Hoff now. No, it is a master. John Mulaney, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
What? John Mulaney?
Yeah, this show.
Wow.
John Mulaney in a serious. Listen, I could give you the list of quintessential episodes to like the litmus test of like, could you survive this show? And one of them is a scene set at Christmas. And you know how when we were going through the movie bracket for Christmas movies, and I was like, man, I hate the McAllisters in Home Alone. I just can't stand them. They're terrible people. If you took that like, haha, the McAllisters suck, and then actually showed what a real family like that is, there is a Christmas episode that had me just like, I think I need to be on anti-anxiety medication now. I think I should start smoking cigarettes halfway through this episode. And it is just, I get it's not for everyone. Phenomenal. And the third season is proving to be just as good. The one that we just watched was called Napkins. And one of the main characters that we have come to know and love, it's a flashback to her looking for a job. She is a immigrant mother, rent's being raised, and now the whole episode is her on the job hunt. And as someone who just wrapped up the job hunt, I am not even going to pretend to be a manly, like, oh, I didn't even no, I cried hard watching that episode. It was just beautifully done, very respectful, and a masterclass in storytelling again. So that's what I've been up to.
When you were saying like the first 35 minutes of it had like no dialogue at all, it made me think of like the first 45 minutes of WALL-E, where it's so, and it kind of separates two types of people from each other, because we watched it with a friend who was like, I didn't like it. They didn't say any words for like the first 45 minutes. I'm like, that's why I loved it. It was beautiful.
That reminds me of a tweet I saw earlier today where Kevin Costner, at the time of recording, he gave an interview with Michael Rooker about how their new Western was flopping in the theaters because people have shifted so much from a cinema going experience. And somebody was sharing an anecdotal story about how they were sharing the same sentiment with a friend. And the friend said, well, I just don't like going to the movies because I have to watch only the movie. It's like, that's the point.
Yeah.
Like, because now we've got the TikTok generation where our brains are so fried that we can't even sit through a movie or a TV show anymore without being spoon-fed dialogue. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
So if you want honestly, the third season, first episode, you probably could watch that without knowing anything else about the series and still understand what's going on. That's just how good the show don't tell aspect is. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yep,
well,
that's
I know,
it. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead
I
because I could spend the next hour talking about it.
I loved Chef's Table and just the way that whole thing was presented, and
then you need to watch
getting that in
Bear.
a sitcom, not sitcom, getting that in a drama.
A dramedy. There's plenty of laughs to be.
Cool.
There's plenty of laughs to be had.
Well,
we could not stop laughing because John Cena made a cameo.
Of course he did.
Yeah,
wow, of course he did.
And so at one point they're all standing around. They're talking about dinner service. They need a duck they need a duck for a dish that they're working on. And they're like, well, so-and-so can't go because they're doing this, so-and-so can't. And they all turn, and John Cena is the older brother of another recurring character. And they all look at him, and you see everyone's heads just pivot. And he's like, oh, me? They're like, yeah. He's like, so you need me to go get a duck? And they're like, yeah. And he said, what kind? Like freshwater? Like, I saw one in the park earlier. Do I need to go get a trash bag? And we just lost it when he's freshwater. Like, it's a freshwater duck. And I saw one in the park. Yeah, there's plenty of laughs to be had. But make sure that you have your anxiety medication
and maybe the small one in bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of anxiety medication and unexpected cameos, that's it for the dailies. We're going to take a break.
John Cena's here, everybody. Welcome, John Cena.
What's going on, guys? I can't see him.
Yes.
Oh, very
that was
good.
Great.
We're going to take
Hey, do you guys smell that? Oh, it's what The Rock is cooking.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, we're cutting to a break. We're cutting to a break.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a break. And when we come back,
Ric Flair? No Ric Flair?
I have got
never mind.
a special game that I have crafted in anticipation and celebration of Deadpool and Wolverine. We'll be right back.
I'm going to go as fast as I can so I don't miss anything.
Excuse me. May I go to the bathroom first? I gotta go to work.
We'll return after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by Potter Plus, your podcasting home for the upcoming Harry Potter TV show and so much more. Join me, your host, William, and many other magical friends as we pick apart the past, ponder the present, and unfog the future of the wizarding world. Potter Plus is a production of the Grapefruit Network, and you can find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, shoot, did I miss the halftime show? Gosh dang it, who'd they have?
What are you doing in here? You're in here. I pay for that privilege.
I'm feeling much better now.
Yeah, I'm having an heart attack. Get back to work.
We're back. We are 4 adult men, and we're singing the Bluey theme song. And I just
don't question
so
it.
happy about it, actually.
Okay.
Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. And apparently, it's incredibly wholesome and a little fluffy.
Yes. All right, guys, we are back. As of this episode's release date, we have hit less than 3 weeks and counting to the release of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Maybe we should delay it. Like, maybe we should just push the episode or the movie out indefinitely.
Delay the movie? No.
Yeah.
We have that power.
Oh, we do. We do.
Yeah, let's make that decision right now, guys.
Yeah.
Well, this highly anticipated movie sees Logan and Wade team up with the TVA and promises spectacle.
Spoilers.
Spectacle like we've never seen.
Tennessee Valley Authority.
Jaunts across the multiverse. And
The
cameos for days that will likely send off some franchises as some timelines get pruned. So in anticipation, we're going to do the same. So gentlemen, LFG, let's fangirl as we play. Just the speed at which Alex deflated. A game that I am calling.
I was so excited for you to say it finally. Just say it. You have the editing power. You can say whatever you want.
And that's what I wanted to say.
Anything.
That one was what I wanted to say. A game that I am calling.
You want to smoke cigarettes? You can.
A game that I am calling Logan and Wade's Excellent Adventure. So tonight is part 1, and it's all Deadpool themed. There are 3 rounds.
Righteous.
3 rounds. Round 1 is Catch That Cameo. Round 2 is Multiverse Magic. And round 3 is Trim That Timeline. How this is going to work. In Catch That Cameo, I will provide 4 titles. They could be movies, TV shows, cartoons, what have you. And of those 4, you have to tell me the one that Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds, had a cameo in. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Deadpool the character, right?
Ryan Reynolds was it.
Okay, gotcha.
Was it A, Mint Mobile commercial, B, an Aviation Gin commercial, C,
Welcome to
Wrexham Football Club, or D, Deadpool? Oh my God. Which one is it?
Okay, here's your first four. These are all movies. Catch That Bullet, Bullet Proof, Bullet Train, or Bullet Boy. Which one of these movies featured Ryan Rodney Reynolds?
Ryan
Rodriguez.
Don't no googling.
I'm pulling up our chat.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I'm pulling up
Are
our
we typing
chat
this
so
out?
I can
Can we
see
send
it.
it?
Yeah, I totally remembered that and had it pulled up, ready to receive your answers. Is it Catch That Bullet, Bullet Train, Bullet Proof, or Bullet Boy?
Fireproof, the one where they learn to save their marriage. Wait.
Okay, Dallas and Cody, answers have been locked in. Dallas and Cody have both said Bulletproof. Gentlemen, I'm sorry, you are incorrect. With the correct answer, Alex Christian in Bullet Train.
He was a Bullet Train? I didn't know.
As one of 3 people who saw that movie, it's actually phenomenal. Thank you very much.
I didn't know any of these movies existed.
Bullet Train.
I knew it was a movie. I didn't think he was in
it. Bullet Train was one of those movies that I started on an airplane because I thought, this looks like a dumb movie. And I got about 30 minutes into it and went, oh my gosh, I have to stop this movie because I want to watch this with Allie for real. And that's what I did.
I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of Snowpiercer.
Oh, no, that's Chris Evans.
I was thinking of Hitman's
that's
Bodyguard.
All right, Alex has
we were way off. 1
point. We are moving on to question number 2. Your 4 movies are The Croods, Hotel Transylvania, Despicable Me 2, or Ice Age. Which one of these movies featured Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds?
What was the first one?
The Croods, Hotel Transylvania, Despicable Me 2, or Ice Age.
All of those movies I either have not seen or haven't seen in the last decade.
Dallas, just waiting on you.
I just don't know. Like, I don't know at all. This is a pure guess, by the way.
Answers have been locked in. Dallas, you have said Despicable Me 2. I'm sorry, sir, that is incorrect. Cody and Alex have both said The Croods, and that is indeed correct. The movie about
I have not seen that one. It's the only
Neanderthals, starring Nicolas Cage as well. That'd be a good connection for 6 Degrees Later. Does feature one Mr. Ryan Reynolds. All right, and the last round of Catch That Cameo. Which one of these movies featured Ryan Reynolds? Was it Fast X, Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw, Fast 7, or The Fate of the Furious? Because I know you all are so well versed in
as a massive Christopher Nolan fan, maybe I should lean into his belief that this is a phenomenal franchise, but even I have a line of like
I've only seen the
brown-nosing
first
that I just
one.
can't cross.
It is a wild franchise. I let somebody talk to me for 2 hours about the lore. And I was like, how is this deep? What is going on? And they're like, and this is just scratching the surface. I was like, what? I just remember walking into the theater, like just peeking in during one of them, and there was a car that I thought was a submarine that rockets turned on and it was going to space. And I was like, yeah, this seems right.
Yeah, so it's basically if Bollywood and like car junkies had a baby. Is all I know. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It would not surprise me if a leopard is thrown at some point.
Well, the answers have been locked in. Cody, you said Fast 7. I'm sorry, sir, that is incorrect.
I was thinking this is the one where Paul Walker died. Maybe he was friends with Paul Walker or something. So,
Nope. Dallas has said Calvin and Hobbs and Shaw. He is 2/3 of the way correct, but I'll give him the point. It was Hobbs and Shaw, which was also Alex's answer. So you two get a point, and that will finish out the Catch That Cameo. And be sure to catch the mini cameos that are in Deadpool and Wolverine coming to theaters. Anyway,
including.
Did we get paid for this? Did we get some kind of sponsorship that I didn't get told about? Like, is Kevin Feige?
Could you imagine?
Cody just sent a thumbs down reaction.
Did nothing.
Thanks.
I did nothing.
iPad OS over here was like, boo, MCU. And I'm like, I agree, but you didn't have to put it in writing. Like, come on.
Are we going to start actively promoting things that we just like? As if they were sponsoring us?
Sure, yeah.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Cody, your iPad seems to think that you're deeply depressed because it keeps sending the thumbs down reaction. Just BetterHelp can help you not feel sad like that. BetterHelp.
The second part of this game is Into the Multiverse. Many actors to this day will voice a role that they wish they had taken, or they will voice a role that they breathed a sigh of relief that they dodged that bullet. Yeah, see what I did there?
Heyo.
Now, in the multiverse, what role did Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, end up passing to Moon Knight? Which one of Oscar Isaac's roles was originally offered to Ryan Reynolds? And this is fill in the blank.
Just have to guess?
I only know.
Oh boy,
3 Oscar Isaac roles.
Let's go with.
I'm curious to see the wild guesses here.
This is not right, but.
I mean, your guess is probably as good as mine.
This is the best.
Dallas is like, I don't know who Oscar Isaac is.
Daryl Isaacs? Is that what you said?
Yes, the heavy hitter.
He blocked out the entire sequel trilogy from his memory.
Whoa, spoilers, Cody. That may or may not have been my answer, too.
That's my answer. Do I need to write that out?
Poe Dameron?
It's not really.
Cody?
Alex and Dallas. Now, I didn't intend for this round to be easy in the slightest. Full transparency.
Listen, I only have 1 point, so
Alex actually said, "What's his face? They fly now from Star Wars."
They fly now. They fly now. Stupidest line right behind somehow. Palpatine has returned.
Dallas also, I'm assuming, said that. And Cody said Jesus is stepdaddy. Because Oscar Isaacs played Joseph in the Nativity movie.
Oh, yeah.
That is incorrect. He played Llewyn Davis in the movie Inside Llewyn Davis.
One of 3 people who has seen that movie.
And I knew you had seen it because you had talked about it before. And that's why I'd include this. Yeah, they had originally offered it to Ryan Reynolds. And in an interview for Variety on Actors, he admitted that there was a movie directed by the Coen brothers that he absolutely bombed. There was an audition that he absolutely tanked. And it was later revealed.
He would have been the worst fit for that movie. Oscar Isaac is actually probably the only redeeming factor of that movie.
Now, what role did Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, miss out on to Spider-Man Tom Holland?
What?
Which one of Tom Holland's roles was originally meant for Ryan Reynolds?
It's gotta be.
It would be bad if I picked a Marvel movie, right?
Did they originally want Spider-Man or Ryan Reynolds for Spider-Man?
Endgame, but only Endgame, though.
If it's not my answer, I'm gonna be a little shocked. Like, they're like, oh, it's Blackbird on Apple TV or whatever it was. Like, probably not.
Dallas, I need an answer. I know knowing people who are in things.
Say Blackbird. Say Blackbird on Apple TV because no one has seen that.
I'm gonna say Onward. I'm not.
Ooh. That.
You know it's not that because you actually shocked William. So now you have a chance to change your answer.
It's too late. I locked it in, and I have no backups besides yours. That you're trying to get me to stamp
Dallas,
on that landmine. You do
said Onward, which was a great guess. Great guess, incorrect. Cody said that chart guy, and Alex said Uncharted Nathan Drake, which I'm assuming is roughly the same answer, and that is actually correct. The Uncharted movie was originally developed in 2008, and it laid dormant in development until official news of the lead cast slowly but surely spread among fans in 2017. Following the film's release in February 18th, 2022, fans were treated to endless Easter eggs and genuine intent to incorporate the video game's lore into the movie. While the film currently stars Spider-Man Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, Ryan Reynolds was originally offered and considered the role for Nathan Drake. However, Reynolds was no longer a feasible choice due to his obligations to the widely successful Deadpool.
After watching The Boys, which none of you have, I assume, Jensen Ackles would have been the perfect character.
Oh, Nathan Drake?
Actor.
Yeah.
Right kind of quippy, right kind of that was my one complaint.
Michelle is a huge Supernatural fan. I agree.
Perfect. You're like, I don't even know Nathan Drake from the game. I agree.
But I agree. On behalf of my wife, I agree.
See, I thought age difference for Uncharted, I was like, that's not it. It would have to have been a cartoon where age difference wouldn't have mattered.
There was a lot of fans that wanted Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. Nathan Fillion would have been good too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if it was done in 2008.
Sorry, Tom.
That would have been a
2008 would have been Nathan Fillion in his prime.
All right, last one of our multiversal swaps. What role did Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, end up passing to Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal? Which one of Jake Gyllenhaal's roles was originally not only made but created and offered to Ryan Reynolds?
Jake Gyllenhaal. Let me think, because he's done some wacky stuff. All right, I don't feel great about this, but I'm gonna go with it.
Okay, Dallas.
Let's say,
Prisoners. Go with Prisoners or Nightcrawler. Something really serious, because we know that Ryan Reynolds has that kind of range.
That's I was going to pick one of those, but now I'm not going to.
Maybe go with Jarhead or Brothers, because again, he has that kind of range.
Watch, we find out that Jake Gyllenhaal was initially offered Pikachu.
I was like, what? I was like, what doofy comedies has he done?
Fun fact: in researching for this game, Pikachu was also, or Hugh Jackman was in the running for Pikachu.
I would have loved that so much.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would have loved
Prince of Persia.
I mean, he already plays a short.
Did you send
character.
one?
That's mine. I did. Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia. Okay. All right. Alex and Dallas have both said Prince of Persia. That is.
I was between Prince of Persia or Roadhouse.
Well, both of those are incorrect.
Dang it.
Okay, Cody actually said Nightcrawler.
I was just thinking.
That is
of
also
Jake
incorrect.
Jake Gyllenhaal movies.
Did any of you seem
not oh goodness that Cody got it wrong? Oh goodness, because I just tried to imagine Ryan Reynolds in Nightcrawler and it just doesn't work.
Not working. It was actually. Did any of you see 2017's sci-fi horror film Life?
Yes. Yeah, that was gonna be my guess.
So,
and I switched
Ryan Reynolds is in Life. What are you talking about?
The lead character, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, was originally offered to Ryan Reynolds, but due to his obligations in filming The Hitman's Bodyguard, he was unable to take the role or do the commitment. But apparently, I haven't seen the movie. They did not need him for very long in said movie.
They did not.
So he was able to, he loved the role and loved the offer, and so he took on the role of a supporting actor. So his filming obligations would be shorter.
Dallas, you and I have both played the game Prey, which we have asked William and Cody to put on the list of games to watch them panic and freak out. It's basically, if they took Prey, the initial what we know happens in Prey, and then turn that into a 2-hour movie.
So I was going to bring up a game that I'm pretty sure this movie was based off of. There's an app game, like a choose your own adventure, that's same helmet with the hand in it, that came out before this, and it is you are texting a guy that's on another planet, and it's like in real time. So he's like, I'm going to do that thing you told me to do. I'll be back. And you can't play again.
It was a mobile app, wasn't
back.
it?
Yeah.
I think
it was.
What was the name of that? I think
that's why I got to look it up.
Well, that will complete our foray into the multiverse, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The last round of this game, it is time to prune the timeline. I am going to give you 5 movies starring Ryan Reynolds. You are a TVA agent with a time bomb. What do they call them? The timeline bomb? Anyways, it is your job to prune one of these movies from existence. You have to pick the movie that has a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Without cheating.
Which one of these movies? 4 of them have a fresh score. 1 has a rotten score. You have to pick which one it is.
Cody just went off camera, which means that he's using another app. Get off Rotten Tomatoes, you cheater.
Hold on, let me. I need to buy some tomatoes real quick. I'm just gonna. Here.
I thought this game was about to get really exciting, and we were just gonna get to pick our least favorite of the 5 and be like, yeah, you get to get rid of that one. It never
you get the point if you prune the movie with the rotten score. Just in case you have not seen this movie, I am going to provide you with a synopsis so you can get kind of a feel for the movie before you judge it. Based on its cover, I guess. All right, first movie, Mississippi Grind. 2015's Mississippi Grind. Convinced that his newfound friend, Ryan Reynolds, is a good luck charm, a gambling addict, Ben Mendelsohn takes the man on a road trip to a high-stakes poker game in New Orleans. Mississippi Grind. Is it?
Can't be real.
Buried. 2010's Buried. A civilian truck driver in Iraq, Paul Conroy, Ryan Reynolds, falls victim to a band of insurgents. An unknown length of time later, he awakes in a coffin with little more than a lighter, a cell phone, and an ever-growing anxiety. Faced with a dwindling oxygen supply and a dying battery, Paul must fight panic, despair, and delirium as he awaits to rescue that
only
may or may
movies that Ryan Reynolds has actually acted in. Every other movie has just been Ryan Reynolds being himself. So
that one,
if that's rotten, I'm going to be very upset with critics.
Is it 2008's Definitely Maybe? Will Hayes, Ryan Reynolds, a 30-something Manhattanite, is in the middle of a divorce proceedings when his young daughter, Abigail Breslin, asks him about his life before marriage, including how he met and fell in love with their mother. Will flashes back to 1992 and recounts his romance with 3 women, changing their names so that the daughter must guess which one becomes his wife.
That's definitely maybe a spin-off of How I Met Your Mother.
Is it 2009's The Proposal? Faced with deportation to her native Canada, high-powered book editor Margaret Tate Sandra Bullock says that she's engaged to marry Andrew Paxton, Ryan Reynolds, her hapless assistant. Andrew agrees to the charade, but imposes a few conditions of his own, including flying to Alaska to meet his eccentric family. With a suspicious immigration official always lurking nearby, Margaret and Angie must stick to their wedding plan despite numerous mishaps. Or is it 2014's The Voices? A mentally unhinged factory worker, Ryan Reynolds, must decide whether to listen to his talking cat and become a killer or follow his dog's advice to keep striving for normalcy.
What?
Wow, I call that Tuesday.
Is it Mississippi Grind, Buried, Definitely Maybe, The Proposal, or The Voices? One of these will be pruned from existence, cleaning up Ryan Reynolds' overall Rotten Tomatoes average.
I don't want this one to be it, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Let's see.
I'm just making a guess here.
I haven't seen any of these movies.
That's why I included the synopsis.
Now, I'm not a world-class detective here, but I am fairly certain that if you listen back to the recording, you can hear Dallas type the exact number of letters as in RottenTomatoes.com.
It's actually a touch-tone keyboard, so you know exactly
Well, gentlemen, the answers have been locked in. Cody, you have said The Voices, mentally unhinged factory worker.
I want to see this this movie now.
with his talking cat. Should he become a killer or keep his dog's advice? That is incorrect. That has a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Fancy.
Wow.
Dallas and Alex. Dallas has said specifically Mississippi grind. And Alex has said Mr. Slippy wined and dined. Gentlemen, you are incorrect. Mississippi Grind is Ryan Reynolds' highest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes with a 90%.
It's only because it's Ben Mendelsohn, that's why.
Yeah. Ben Mendelsohn is an easy 40% on Rotten Tomatoes by him alone.
With a palsy. With a Paisley 45%. 2009's The Proposal.
Really?
Okay,
I didn't know it was that low.
That tracks.
I thought a rom-com with Sandra Bullock would be, again, a shoe-in.
Right?
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, we were all caught at our blind side.
Well, if my math was correct, and it's probably not, but I didn't have to record any points in round 2 or round 3. Alex has won our game of Logan and Wade's excellent adventure.
I really thought my 1 point
across
was going to
the
win it out
multiverse.
there. Dang it.
All right, guys.
I'd like to thank my multiversal mother, my multiversal fathers out there. I'd like to thank multiversal gods for this multiversal honor.
Any surprise cameos you want to bring on?
Joel Edgerton.
And look, it's me from another alternate reality.
Oh, it's Milk Alex. Look at that. Oh, he's
guys, how did I get? Shh. Don't overthink it, Alex. You look so much worse in person. I know everyone says that, so it's okay.
All right, guys, we will take a break.
That's all I got.
And when we come back, we will have a listener submitted table topic, and then we'll head out of here. We'll be right back.
I'm gonna go as fast as I can so I don't miss anything.
Excuse me, may I go to the bathroom first?
I gotta go to work.
We'll return after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by the Big Red Button Podcast.
Do you know what you'd do in a nuclear apocalypse?
Because we sure as quack don't.
See how our choices get us into trouble and back out again in this actual play podcast.
Big Red Button is for lovers of the Fallout franchise, choose your own adventures, and tabletop role-playing games rolled into one big audio drama.
Our band of stragglers is unraveling a mystery in the wasteland, and we're at the mercy of the roll of the dice.
So grab your Geiger counters, take your rat away, and subscribe to our new show, The Big Red Button.
Oh, shoot, did I miss the halftime show? Gosh dang it, who'd they have?
What are you doing in here? You're in here. I pay for that privilege.
I'm feeling much better now.
Yeah, I'm having an heart attack. Get back to work.
Wait, that's As It Was by Harry Styles. I did that wrong.
All right, guys, we are back. As always, we are going to round out tonight with a listener-submitted table topic.
Woo-hoo.
And this one, again, comes from...
Is it? Does his initials rhyme with J and K?
It's J.K. Rowling. It's just like... No. This is...
Okay.
This is...
Sorry, Josiah. We've had enough of your questions.
This actually comes from somebody who has he has his own square on our Guess Who board.
What? Morgan Freeman? Litigious Morgan Freeman is here?
Voldemort?
Litigious.
Morgan Freeman.
Season 1 Neville.
I want to know.
PS1 Neville?
PS1 amount? No. It is the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Zach Hacker.
Hello, everybody. You know what would be so funny right now is if I TVA pruned him and just kicked him out of the call right now. It would be so good.
That was a close call. Whoa. There's an incursion.
Don't just let anybody into these pubs, huh?
Zach Hacker, buddy, welcome to A Doctor and a Lawyer Walk Into a Bar.
What is going on, everybody?
Is this real life?
This is real life now? Surprise cameo. Why do you think I've been bringing up surprise cameos this entire episode?
The last time I had contact with you was when I unprompted asked you if you believed in UFOs with no preamble. And also no follow-up.
Now, we're going to censor your answer, but do you? Do you? And this is where William's just going to insert like
just some elevator music.
Wow, yeah. It's just like a bunch of car sounds. Like, oh, we got covered up.
I'm going to say...
I never told anything that you said on the podcast because that was your tale to tell. I never told about that time you got abducted. I never told them about that. None of that.
He didn't even say anything about the probe.
He woke up and said, and Ryan Gosling was there. Kate McKinnon was there. It was so strange. Well, Zach is delivering his table topic question in person today, so take it away, Mr. Zach Hacker.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to stay on the theme of Deadpool versus Wolverine. So I hear that is through the grapevine that is a topic you guys have discussed. All right, so in light of recent events, we are in the Deadpool versus Wolverine universe. It is election season. Fun fact. We are live
I
at a
didn't
debate.
know.
We are live at a debate. The two presidential candidates are Mr. Deadpool and Mr. Wolverine.
Better choices than we currently have.
You know, I don't normally want to get into political conversation on the show, but Cody's right. Those are two better choices than what we've got right now.
It's a pity that...
Question. Is Wolverine a naturalized U.S. citizen in this?
He has to be natural born, so he'd be Canadian.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like, how does... He's not a natural born citizen, so
it's a multiverse, so he's from...
he's American Wolverine. Right. American Wolverine.
Right, yeah.
Is this
Deadpool.
multiverse... Did we annex Canada in this?
In the War of 1812, yes.
In the War of 1812. Yeah.
Did you expect us to never actually get to the question?
Oh, yes.
I don't want to let down in person. They say never meet your heroes. How many times do we have to tell you this, William? I said I only ever wanted to do conversations over Instagram. He was never invited. That's not true. We've tried getting you on here so many times.
So Deadpool, Mr. Deadpool versus Mr. Wolverine.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, both golf handicaps are around 10. So not sure if that'll factor into it. But okay. So all of you all are in the audience in attendance, and you've been chosen to ask one question that'll be up for debate between Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh,
what is your question? And ultimately, who do you think would win the debate between the two?
Now, does this variant of Wolverine have his memories of his past life?
We'll say yes.
Is this the Wolverine that went back in time and has lived all of life all over again from Days of Future Past?
Ooh, sure. I feel like that'll give him a little more wisdom.
Okay. I do too. That's why I had to know. Other question. Is this world smarter than our own world? Because unfortunately, if it's as dumb as our current world, Deadpool's going to win the debate.
But we did annex Canada in this world. So we also have
it's even dumber than this world. Yeah, Deadpool's going to win.
It's the milk universe.
It is the milk universe.
Let's say no.
All right. What is the question that you all would ask, though?
I know exactly what I would ask.
Oh, I know exactly what I was going to ask because I knew this was coming up the entire time.
I have been planning it. I knew the question was coming. I knew the question was coming. I have been panicking inside ever since he sent it because I had no idea, and it literally just came to me.
I should have.
He also already knows that his is the correct one.
All right, let's hear it, William. Okay. What's your question that you would ask?
Mr. Deadpool, Mr. Wolverine, I will pose this question to both of you. what is your Hogwarts house?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Was that the Harry Potter reference, or has there already been one slipped in?
I think they're both Slytherins.
That was it. Yeah. You just said the secret word.
I can tell more about a person. I trust the Hogwarts sorting quiz more than I trust your Enneagram, more than any of your aptitude tests. It tells me more about you, and I think it's more. So yeah, that's what I would ask.
That to my LinkedIn.
Yeah. William asks patients what their Hogwarts house is, and if they're like, what's that? He's like, they're having a stroke. Let's get the helicopter in right now.
My CEO was bringing around a candidate, a third-year resident, interviewing to work at our office. She comes in and he's like, Ms. So-and-so, this is Dr. Murphy. He's one of our family medicine providers here. This is Miss So-and-so. She's Dr. So-and-so. She's third year, and just wondered if she's interested in our office. Wondered if you have any questions for her. And I'm like, I'm going to shoot my shot right here. And I said, I got one question for you. I said, what's your Hogwarts house? She went, oh, Hufflepuff. I'm like, I turned to the CEO, no joke, and said, you can hire her. No further questions. And he looked at me
What
and
if
went,
she had said Ravenclaw?
He looked at me and went, okay. Well, we'll go out here and see what the other. But no joke, our entire office is Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws. The entire office, every single Gryffindor that has started working there has lasted maybe 3 months. We had
because they have to spend their time with a bunch of Hufflepuffs. Am I right, guys? And we all high five and everybody claps.
No, I am a Gryffindor and a family of Hufflepuffs. I'm refraining for
commenting. But I would ask Deadpool and Wolverine what their Hogwarts house was. And
okay.
As Cody has pointed out, because you sorted all of the presidents, didn't you?
I didn't sort all the presidents. It was more of I came up with a grand unified theory of presidents and their Hogwarts houses. Because after the 37...
Even worse.
You called me the nerd.
Even worse. He's like, I have a theory and an algorithm to sort them.
Well, tell him what your theory is.
After 30 Slytherins, I realized it was kind of a useless endeavor. So, Slytherins win the presidency. Gryffindors want it, but they're often have too many moral scruples to get it. People say they want a Hufflepuff, but when a Hufflepuff actually makes it into office, the system eats them alive. And then Ravenclaws are in the cabinet. They're the wonks that get stuff done.
It makes sense.
All right. So what is the question that you asked Deadpool and Wolverine in a presidential debate, though, Cody?
In a presidential debate between Deadpool and Wolverine.
I love this so much.
I honestly... I don't know whether or not to go serious or whether... I don't know.
Just go.
Wherever your heart leads you.
That's so dangerous.
The heart wants war.
Okay, wherever your pancreas leads you.
Will you make Pokemon emulators legal on iPhones? And then whoever gives him the right answer, he's on board with.
Yeah. Will you fix American copyright laws so that I can emulate without guilt?
Wolverine would have no answer, and Deadpool would break the fourth wall to explain his own copyright and how he is even allowed to be on stage.
He was Pikachu at some point, so
that is
right.
actually correct. Now
Wolverine would just be like, what's a Pokemon? Like,
now I would vote for Wolverine. Like in this hypothetical matchup, I would vote for Wolverine, but I would totally make Deadpool Secretary of Defense. Like
that's fair.
Deadpool Secretary of Defense?
I would.
I mean,
I don't know if I would want him in charge.
I think Vladimir Putin would think twice
violence.
if Deadpool has his finger on the nuclear buttons.
I feel like he would ride a tank to work if that's what you gave him.
It would be hilarious.
Alex, what would you ask? Cody, is it copyright law?
That is, yes. I have
That's so brilliantly like law and you and Pokemon and
right.
Alex, what do you have?
See, I'm in the same boat as Cody. Like, do I go serious? Because then we could derail the whole podcast. And then that's dangerous. Right. So my non-serious answer would be this is so not funny. I think I would ask them if they're Team iPhone or Team Android, just to stir the pot a little bit, because it would be so funny watching America just devolve over something so trivial.
I love where this is going.
Like, how we had one-issue voters in 2016? We would have new one-issue voters in 2028 of Deadpool versus Wolverine over Team iPhone or Team Android. Everything else would fall by the wayside. Okay, that was funnier than I thought it was going to be. I didn't know that this was going to... I love that I'm the guy that has the Android phone, loves it, and is talking about Apple TV Plus and is wearing AirPod Maxes right now because I am just a walking contradiction. I just don't. But that's the kind of chaos I want to see Wolverine and Deadpool debate.
Okay,
I actually have a
stupid.
quasi. I do
So
have a quasi
stupid.
serious one.
Nope. You already said
we've already.
He's gonna get his twofer in on the end. He's getting it on the end.
No twoverse, Cody.
What sort of blackmail, which you obviously do, Mr. Poole, on Congress do you have? What sort of blackmail on Congress do you have in order for them to do their job? And can I see it?
Zach's going to ask him about if he can see the black book about UFOs. I just know it. That's
what he is.
Sasquatch all the way.
Oh, hands down. Yeah, if it's UFOs versus Sasquatch, I want to know. I want to know.
The people need to know. The people need to know.
I just want to know. I just need an answer. I don't care what the answer is.
We just need
I just
something.
want the actual. Yeah. All right, Big D, what you got?
So
remind me to never say it that way ever again.
Never again. Or
Okay.
or every time, whichever one you want to do. You got to lean into it. So it's either going to be like, I'm going to bring up the picture of the dress. Be like, what colors do you see?
Yes.
I need to know. Or since this is like obviously a different universe, be like, what's your foreign policy in dealing with Ohio and Florida?
Because Canada was annexed, but only Ohio and Florida decided to split off. And,
yeah. Not connected, but they are standing strong together.
Okay.
How will you solve the everlasting conflict between the Dakotas? How will you finally reunite the Dakotas?
Okay, Dallas, who wins? Or who are you voting for?
Who am I voting for?
That's not the question.
I feel like if I wanted kind of what
I'm
we
a
have
registered
now,
independent. You can't make me answer.
Deadpool would get us closer to what we have now.
No.
I feel like it,
not to get us close to what we have now. What do you want?
We want to get far away
I
from
know.
what we have now.
That's why I feel like Wolverine would be a more rational choice. Deadpool would bring us the kind of chaos.
And I would vote for... Yes!
Are you really both have the friendship necklace charms?
They do.
The ironic part to me is he has the half of the one who is literally named Logan.
Oh.
That's the chaos.
He does love you.
That's the chaos we strive to. Okay, Alex, who wins? Who are you voting for? Who are you voting for? No, who are you voting
Who
for?
wins the debate? Deadpool.
Okay.
I am voting for Wolverine as well. Mainly because Wolverine reminds me a lot of James Madison. I'm going to leave you alone if you leave me alone. And then when push comes to shove, I'm going to fight. So that, Cody, you he's looking like, oh, I guess isolationism was kind of his thing, wasn't it?
I was going more of I was going more of an Eisenhower with Wolverine.
Okay, yeah, I can see
because Eisenhower.
What? Why are you guys?
Maybe
you guys are getting too real with this.
I was curious.
Like,
Cody, he lobbed it up for you. This is a Crumb gets the snitch, but Ireland wins the World Cup. Like Deadpool wins the debate, but Wolverine wins the presidency. And you did.
I mean,
every Super Bowl, you're
so.
like, here's my prediction for the Super Bowl. Crumb gets the snitch, but Ireland wins.
Yeah, that's my prediction because I don't like football, and I need.
I think that Wolverine gets 275 electoral votes.
Like in this hypothetical matchup, it's a total 269 in the Electoral College. It's a tie in the Electoral College.
No way.
This is the one
Deadpool's a good
timeline where I'll let
but
that
once
happen.
everyone gets down to, he's the merc with the mouth. But then when it comes to like, and you know what? I have too much faith in the American and now annexed Canadian people. I'm sticking with my guns. I'm voting Wolverine.
I would vote Wolverine, but I know Deadpool would shoot somebody during this event, for sure.
And then just finger gun smoke.
Yeah.
With a little plie. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And then he'd be like, who got my cocaine out of the White House? Like, where's it at? Like,
I know Joe Biden left some in here. And then he would make jokes like that.
Wait,
and then,
okay. No. I'm going to have to go back and edit. When I took the sponsorship money from Feige, he said no cocaine.
Oh, sorry.
Now,
Pixie
the question
stick
is,
powder.
who would the
I don't know.
running mates be?
Oh,
that is a good question.
Yes,
Hold on.
100%. They would be each other.
We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going.
It would switch from versus to and. The moment that the debate's over, and the moment that one of them wins, the other one becomes the running mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
like they debate, yell at each other, then get in the same car and go home.
So this is a single party presidential primary. Okay.
They go back. Go back to their Minecraft cave, and Wolverine cooks the pork chops, and Deadpool brings.
I want Deadpool's running mate to be Peter. I just want it to be Peter, the regular average Joe American guy with no powers. We're gonna pretend that Deadpool 2 did not end the way it did for Peter, and he is now his running mate. I'm on board.
I was thinking Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force, because that's national security right there. Like, you want to secure
running mate.
You want to secure
Wolverine
America? Have Jean Grey being endowed with an extraterrestrial force that gives her the power of gods. You know, that'll work.
You know,
Wolverine's running mate
universe
would be Quicksilver. Get it? His running mate would be.
I'm taking this too seriously.
You know what? Deadpool would actually pick Kamala Harris as his running mate just for the memes. He would be like, you remember her? She was the vice president. And then everyone was like, but why? Why did you do that? He's like, because I could. That's actually what would happen, I think.
My goodness. Well, Zach, I don't know what you expected from that question, but buddy, I hope it exceeded your expectations.
This right here. This is exactly.
We've never gotten real-time feedback before.
I should have came in and was like, "What's the cabinet?" I should have asked the whole cabinet and let you guys go through it.
Oh God. No! Don't get Cody started. Don't get Cody started.
Do you guys know how validating that was to hear that the person who asked the question enjoyed what we did? That, like, I don't think I've ever felt that kind of confirmation before.
What if he was like, trash? I didn't want any of this.
I was supposed to say that, right, William?
Yeah.
He's getting a cut of the Feige money, but we're not. You know what? Get out of here, Zach.
Gun? Is that a gun? Zach?
Captain Carter as ambassador to the UK.
Get you something nice. There you go. There you are, bud. Get you something nice.
Don't spend those Washingtons all in one place.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, will you hang around for the outro?
Absolutely.
Yes. If you have made it with us this far, congratulations. This round is on me. And if you want to find out more about this show, visit us at drandlawyer.show. But Doctor and Lawyer Walk Into a Bar is also a production of the Grapefruit Network. So if you want to find out more about our network and our sister shows, visit us at thegrapefruitnetwork.com. We are also currently running The Big Red Button, which is our actual play, role play podcast set in the Fallout universe. And this next episode is shaking. I'm not going to say anything, but you want to think the fever dream that this movie is going to be. I just go check it out over there. We're having a lot of fun. And then if you want to take another deep dive,
I'm not going to say we're better than Marvel,
but he's not going
close.
to say it.
We're close. We're getting there.
And if you want to take a deep dive into the Harry Potter universe with me, releasing today, as of this episode's release date, I had a really fun conversation with Swish and Flick talking about the movies and the things that they changed from the books, what worked, what didn't, and kind of projecting for the future of the HBO show. So go check it out. That conversation was a lot of fun. But guys, if you want to connect with us, social media links are all down in the description below. And if you want to toss a coin to your Witcher, our Patreon is also listed down there. You get all of our shows from the whole network, ad-free and extended and early. Plus, you get access to our Discord, and we've got some fun conversations.
And apparently, sometimes you get randomly invited onto the show. Is this a new perk?
Listen, this podcast is made possible by viewers like you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dead Patreon, the perk with the mouth.
Well, with that, guys, I'm going to head out of here. This has been incredibly fun. I'm William.
I'm Dallas.
Do. Cody.
It was a running joke this time.
It was, yeah.
I'm alternate multiversal Morgan Freeman, and I still hate Alex's guts for keeping me in this cage.
And I'm Dallas's long lost best friend, Zach.
Yes! And we will catch you guys next time. Bye.
Are you kidding? I'm working.
All right, I'll be right there.
And grab the Marie. Go, 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 go.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
Phase one snapped in two, which was
Don't stop the music.
What's up, guys?
Zach, my name is Dallas McKinney.
Oh, nice to meet you.
How's
I'm
my
also
favorite Red
Dallas
Gyarados?
Literally just banging my hand trying to wave.
I was going to let you guys in on my gritty reboot of Blue's Clues since we were on kids' dog shows, but we won't do that.
The previous generations.
Turns out Steve didn't go to college.
He faked his degree, and now he has to go to a community college to get his degree.
No, I've got this mapped out. He's a homicide detective, and back whenever he was in Afghanistan, his dog Blue died, and he comes back as a ghost and leaves clues on the dead bodies.
Well, excuse me.
I was just going to say he was human trafficked.
And Salt and Pepper are forensic. They work in the morgue, and Slippery Soap is a snitch that he uses on the side sometimes.
Okay, can we make this our next tabletop game?
What was that Melissa? What was the Melissa McCarthy movie? The Happy Time Murders. The Happy Time Murders is what you just described.
He takes a drag off a cigarette. He's like, a clue, and there's like a ghost paw print on him, but only he can see.
Dallas,
I miss you, Blue.
In the most recent Blue's Clues movie, Steve is a detective in New York City.
No.
Shut up.
And
somebody has told
his agency.
This is why we're not recording the table read. I love you, Zach, but it's going to get out. His
agency is Blueprints Detective Agency.
I've never been more upset in my entire life than I am.
Listen,
Dallas,
I have a 6-year-old. Okay,
out of $1 million.
We are
idea.
very familiar with Blue's Clues cinematic universe. Steve and Josh are still there, and Steve is now working in New York as a detective. With
there's a BCCU, a Blue's Clues cinematic universe.
Oh, good grief!
There are now 3. We are on the 3rd host of Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
What happened to
the other hosts are still around.
They exist in the same.
Yeah.
I've got a 5-page movie pitch somewhere that I have written.
We have a table read of that we can record, and then we won't record the other table read? Can this be like Detective Mike, like Threat Level Midnight? Will you send it to us? Can we each play a character?
You know what? That's we got a new plan coming up. We're going to do table read
I find it.
Of the Blue's Clues gritty reboot. Directed by Zack Snyder. With gratuitous slow motion shots of Blue's Clues.
Zack Hacker is a better movie director than Zack Snyder.